with Rob Weller. And now, here's Rob.
Our next guests are a husband and wife team, both with really interesting entertainment credentials, but now who have collaborated for the very first time on a new film called Watching Waiting. He has written such diverse films. I could spend, 20 minutes just introing him.
Oh, go ahead.
He's diverse films such as Cape Fear, and then Arachnophobia, which was about little bugs. And then he worked on Batman Returns, Mission Impossible 2. She has worked on such projects as Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, Critters, and then she produced Iggy Pop's music video Cry of Love, and also has run an antique store. These people are true entertainment folks. Please welcome Marla and Wesley Strick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to talk about Watching Waiting.
Okay.
What's the film about? What's the elevator pitch?
Oh, wow. I've never had to do an elevator
Oh, yeah.
pitch.
Ready? You get you're on the first floor, and the door has closed, and bing.
It's about the dangers surrounding a woman's reproductive health clinic.
Okay, where'd you get the idea for this? Why did you want to do this film?
Marla and I found out about a year ago that a woman named Julie Burkhart in Topeka, Kansas was reopening the clinic that George Tiller, the late-term abortion doctor, had run until his assassination. And he was shot to death, about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 years later, Julie decided, she was his bookkeeper, she decided to start it up again with volunteers. And the volunteers were kids in their 20s.
That look like our children, or would be your children. Young, fresh face
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And we thought that it took a lot of courage for them to do that. And by the way, immediately when she announced that she was reopening the clinic, she got death threats, including from the guy who shot Tiller from his prison cell. He got into trouble for it, but he posted that there was a target on her back now. And, they were publishing her home address on the internet, that kind of stuff. So it obviously did take courage for her and for her young volunteers to reopen the clinic. So that inspired us to make a movie sort of dramatizing that issue.
This is a little peek at Watching Waiting, and go ahead, Johnny. Let's run that.
Somewhere deep in a red state, there's a small women's clinic. Three women are working inside, and one man is outside. See you tomorrow. Watching. Waiting.
With this film being 11 minutes, what do you do with it?
You submit to film festivals. That's really the main venue for a film like this. Before, once it's sort of played through the film festival cycle, then you can just put it on the internet and make it available, which we haven't done yet because we're still on the circuit. But we submitted to a bunch of festivals. We've played about a half a dozen of them.
Which ones? Where do you go?
The coolest ones that we've done so far, we did one in Sedona, the Sedona Festival,
It's
which
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a spa
Nice.
right there. So Marla's in the spa. And
we did some great
Hiking.
hikes. Yeah, but the reason I thought it was an interesting festival was that they put us on a double bill with the feature documentary called After Tiller, which was about the whole late-term abortion issue, the fact that there's only 4 of them left in the country who are actually permitted to do this. So we were on a double feature with them twice. They screened us twice. And I was a little apprehensive, maybe we both were, because it was Arizona, which is a red state. Sedona is a pretty hip town, I think, but I was afraid that there would be, people infiltrating the screening who were going to pour blood on us or something. That didn't happen. But we did a Q&A, and one woman raised her hand and said, is it really true that the people who work at these clinics always feel under threat? And I was just about to answer when another woman in the audience raised her hand and said, I'm a nurse practitioner here in Arizona and have been for 25 years, and I can tell you yes, every day the entire staff of the clinic feels nervous. They're paranoid about leaving. People have followed us home. They've called us on our home phones in the middle of the night. So yes, it's absolutely true.
I want to know, where can our listeners and viewers find Waiting Watching?
Okay, well,
Watching Waiting.
Watching
I,
Waiting.
I need to let you know they can't see the whole thing yet because once it's out of the festival circuit, it will be available.
Okay.
But they can go to our website, watchingwaiting.com,
Okay.
and see our trailer, our bios, any press, and the festivals we are.
Probably this clip too in a week or so.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
The clip is up, and they can contact us through that website too if they want to ask us questions about it. If they want to.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get quite an
yeah.
interesting array of responses on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for being
Rob.
with. Gee, it's a real pleasure to meet both of you.
You too.
Wesley and Marla Strick. The name of the film is Watching Waiting. And you know what? Look up their stuff and download a bunch of other things too. Maybe you get some residuals out of the
I
show.
hope
That
so.
would be great.